And welcome to Charlottesville. This is the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Our final score from John Paul Jones Arena is Virginia 74 and Wake Forest 51. Steve Martin here, along with Dan Bonner. An outstanding ball game for this Virginia team. They learned to play one game without Joe Harris. They found all we'd have to do is do that once, and we'll be all right for the rest of the season.
Yeah, they may play one game without Joe Harris, but they don't want to make a habit of that. And this was a Virginia team that came out very strong early, and they started quickly, and they never looked back.
You know, and you can talk about Wake Forest and you say, well, they couldn't hit shots. No, they weren't taking shots early because they were forced into turnovers on 5 of the first 7 possessions.
Well, Virginia's defense was very strong, and they started very strongly, and they just continued to play very well on the defensive end. And once you get off to a start like this, as we take a look at the game recap, Virginia, they came out, they forced 5 turnovers early. They got off to that 11-0 start, as we mentioned. Joe Harris, who missed most of the Florida State game with the concussion, he came back. He knocked down 3 threes in the first half, including this one, to give the Cavaliers a 17-point lead at halftime. And Virginia was just dominant on the inside the entire game. Wake Forest scored a couple of those points sort of at garbage time, but Virginia did an excellent job, not only with shots like that, but driving the ball to the basket, offensive rebounds. It was a complete game by the Cavaliers.
And what about their defense? They kept the big three for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons down to 10 points, Thomas, Miller, McIntyre, and Mackay.
They took Thomas completely out of the game, and I think that was the key, because Wake Forest is not a team that at this point in their development they can play successfully without an inside game, particularly when Travis Mackay doesn't have a good game to go along with that.
Well, the final score from Charlottesville on Wednesday night was the Virginia Cavaliers winning 74-51. This is the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.